Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Skeleton here again, and in today's video I wanna just talk about the design of three characters that I think are extremely well made. Not necessarily like overpowered, just like well designed, great balance, not overpowered but not weak, and in the case of Frederica, still relevant to today, and she has been a character that's been in the game from day one, I believe. But yeah, let's talk about the Gunners, right? So I think that missile damage is probably the most balanced type of damage in the game. Uh, for a while, uh, missile characters have been they were overpowered during a while, but I think that right now it's pretty balanced. There's no like even like double gunner, even though it is not double gunner the job, but double gunner the comp. Even though it is not overpowered, it is still relevant to until today, and it is because of how well designed these three characters are. And Luarta has been missing for a while, and I think that with her, the trio is kind of complete. Not that the game won't ever get another gunner or doesn't need another gunner, but it is a pretty how do I say this? The current state is very well balanced. So why? Let's talk about it. Okay, first of all, Frederica is a gunner, ninja, ranger. This means that she has range, speed, and good damage, and good AoE. Lucia has double gunner, ranger, monk. This means that I think she's slower than Fred and has worse range, but she has more damage. She still has a AoE with Ranger, and she has damage type coverage with Monk. Because if you've never ran into a Lucia with like a full missile resist rain and got punched to death by Surge Strike or Earth Slash, you don't know what pain is. Like, that is insane how much damage she can put out with Monk. And finally, Luartha, she has Gunner, Double Gun, and Soldier. Not in the Soldier, I'm sorry. Her main job is Dual Gunner, and her secondary job is Gunner. But she has a lot of damage, but she has no AoE. Like, but her damage is so incredibly high. Like, it's even higher than Lucia's, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But the thing about them is that they form a perfect elemental triangle where one protects the other. Luartha is strong against ice, and ice kills Lucia. And Lucia is strong against earth, that is strong against Frederica. And Fred is strong against water, which kills Luartha. So what this means is that you can never like easily counter the whole team. And I'm not really saying that you should use three of them, but if you use like even two of them, you can protect the one that you want. What do I mean by this? Is that let's say that I have access to Frederica and Luartha. What this means is that I can make Luartha my main damage source and make Frederica act as a sort of a bodyguard to Luartha. Uh, so what that would mean is that Luartha would get like the better equipment, and if I want to, I can also use a um, fire damage up for Luartha, and have Frederica snipe any water characters that try to approach her. You still need to be mindful about positioning in arena, but this way you can at least make sure that if you run into a Glaciella in guild battle or a Miranda in guild battle, like you still have Frederica to protect your Luartha. And Like and that like if you run Frederica and Rolando, I think that at that point you would rather just focus on lightning damage. But so the thing would be like running Frederica, Luartha, and Warrior of Light to like e- to draw the hate away, draw aggro away from them both, but still have Frederica there as a safety measure. And you can do this. Actually, most people did this, and that's why Double Gunner was so powerful because it was so easy to play. You could slap Frederica and Lucia before Luartha was in the game, and you basically didn't really have to be scared of Killfay killing your Frederica because Lucia would just destroy her unless she was like very prepared for her. But even then, um, so the best way to counter the double gunner is to counter like the bodyguard between quotation marks. So in that first case where you have Frederica, Warrior of Light, and Luartha, instead of going for Luartha, you should go for Frederica. But that is still risky because guess what? Luartha is the more dangerous target. She will be dealing more damage, and you won't be and you won't have a character that has elemental resist against her if you wanna go for Frederica. So that becomes like a comp that is very hard to play against. It is a very skill dependent, and that is a very good thing. Uh, it might sound like I'm saying that it doesn't take any skill to play double gunner, and in some sort of way that is true, but I'm not trying to put down players that use this strategy. Actually, it's kind of the opposite. In competitive sports, especially like 1v1, like stuff like this, I think it's actually smart to play the brain dead strategies because you put the responsibility of outplaying you in your opponent and you don't have to think about it. And preserving mental resources is always very good. In fighting games, characters that are simpler, even if they don't have a very high skill ceiling, uh, they tend to be rated very highly. A good example of this used to be Bardock and Gotenks back in Season 2 in Dragon Ball Fighters. Like those two characters were so easy to play and so effective. And even though there were characters that theoretically were stronger than them, Bardock and Gotenks, no, Gotenks actually had a very high skill ceiling, but Bardock, I don't think so. Yeah, Bardock, even though his skill ceiling wasn't that high, the fact that you could play him and not think about, not make as many decisions as your opponent, uh, made him very strong. And even though you're not actively making decisions in the middle of the battle, the fact that you can worry less about certain things when you're making your comp makes this composition like stronger. And the fact that you force your opponent into carefully positioning and choosing like uh, his team is a very important thing. And something that you should not ignore, right? You should not be ashamed of using the strong option. I don't think so, at least. Uh, is there anything else that I want to talk about? Oh no, I just really wanted to say how cool I think this is. Uh, having a trio like this, and that even though I don't think you're supposed to make a team of triple gunner, just having like any combination that you pick between these is gonna work in that way that I told, right? Frederica, Lucia. Uh, Frederica is protected by Lucia. Frederica and Luartha. Luartha is protected by Frederica. Luartha, Lucia. Lucia is protected by Luartha. Like There's no way that you can mess this up. I think it is a really cool design choice. And again, it's a design choice. It's not by accident. And this is something that Cabbage says a lot. And I think when people kept like asking, why the hell is Oro nice? He said it like on multiple occasions, it's balance. These decisions are very conscious, and these like show to me how I think that the team wants like new players to have a safety net that they can fall on and not worry. So yeah, I can just use double gunner plus something, plus a bruiser plus a tank, and not go crazy thinking about the implications of my team comp. And I don't think this removes depth from the game at all, because the third slot is actually like something that you can really innovate, and especially now with the way that sub jobs are set up, you can do a lot of stuff with like changing the sub job and changing the third character. Uh, Quicker video than usual, but I think it's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for watching me ramble for so long, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys appreciate Double Gunner more and more. I could never use it until I still can't use it because my Lucia still isn't trained, but she's getting there, and as soon as I get her, I'm gonna try to use it, Double Gunner. Uh, so yeah, this is gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My next video is gonna be a Dwayne video, and I am not sure. I am not sure like if I'm gonna make a review or not. I don't like making videos that everyone has made already, and there's a lot of Dwayne reviews out. So I think I'm just gonna show off a strategy that I came up with for him. It's gonna have to wait a while. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm not gonna get him to 99. I'm saving Vizier. So I'm just gonna use a 89. So again, I'm gonna try to show you guys that level 89 units are very strong and very competitive. That's gonna be it. See you guys later. Bye bye.